All right. So let's see where we're at here. Now you'll also notice that it has also created a gap or a space for my navigation, and that's actually pretty easy to fix. You want to use your alignment tags for that. So here under horizontal and vertical, I can make this left and top for that table cell, and the same for this. And I can get my navigation up there to the very top. Okay, so next in the center table cell, I'm going to insert my main image. Okay, I've got that. And finally, on the bottom here, we've got, if we look at the page, we need to put in the subnav, the text, and the quote. So you'll probably notice that it is very much the structure of 3 columns. So we're going to insert a table. We're going to nest a table into that table cell that has 3 columns. So we have our structure for our content. Okay, so again, I'm clicking into this bottom table cell. Let me just move this up a little bit. And within that table cell, I'm going to insert a table that is 1 row and 3 columns. Okay, and so now I can put in my subnav. And let me just move this over a little bit. I can also put in my quote. And notice that how things are really moving around. That's one thing you're going to definitely notice. And notice how when I'm inserting something into a table cell, I'm using this little bottom selector bar to select it and then inserting it. Okay? And finally, we've got our text. But let's look at our positioning here, because we've got definitely some issues here with the placement of this bottom row. So if we look at our Photoshop document, what we'll notice, and I'm just using my rulers to sort of draw these 3 columns, is that our very first column here on the bottom is approximately 185 for this. So let's go ahead and change that in Dreamweaver. So again, by just selecting this table cell and going back up to my width and selecting 185, I've made that the correct width for the layout. And I also, again, using my rulers, can tell that the center column should be about 350 pixels. So I'll go back to Dreamweaver. Here's my center. Okay, so again, it'd be so easy to not click onto the right table cell. So you may want to use this bottom bar here. I'm going to make that 350. Okay, and then obviously that leaves the rest of that width for this third left-hand column. Okay, so again, I still have some placement issues here, but the next thing I'm going to do is grab this text from my Photoshop file. Okay, so I'm clicking on, notice on the layer window that I am clicking on the text layer, and by using the text tool, I'm going to just simply select this text. Okay, hold on one second. There we go. So I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to copy it, okay, because I want to paste it into my HTML page. So now I'm going to go back to Dreamweaver and clicking into the center table cell. So again, notice I am definitely into the center cell. I'm going to go up to Edit, and I'm going to choose Paste Special, and I'm going to paste it with the text and the structure. So notice how that's selected. And there is my text. It's completely unstyled, which we'll talk about in another video regarding CSS, because that we will be using cascading style sheets to style our text. So I'm going to just leave it the way it is right now. But we also want to take a look at our subnav here and our quote, because it's not really placed exactly where it needs to be based on the layout in the Photoshop file. So again, if I look at my Photoshop file, which is our blueprint, what I can notice about this subnav is that it should be 50 pixels from the bottom of the second row, and it should be in about 20 pixels from the left. So I can easily get that same placement by using my V and my H space. So I can change my H space to 20. That's going to push this image out 20. And then my V space, again, we know it's 50, so let me go back here, and I can change my V space to 50. Now watch what happens. Nothing happens. So I changed this to V space to 50, nothing happened. The reason is that by default, this image is going to just sort of center in this table cell. So I need to change my alignment. Again, my horizontal should be left, my vertical can be top, and once I do that, once I change my alignment to left and top, then my V and my H space are working. Because if I didn't have this V space, I'll just take this out for a second, notice how it would actually go all the way up to the top of this table cell. So I'll put that back in. Okay, and then finally our quote, same thing, it's 50 pixels from the top or from the bottom of the second row here, and then it's just aligned to the left in that column. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to select this table cell and change my alignment. And just to let you know, as sort of a general rule, I'm almost always changing my alignment for my images to left and top. Usually you don't want it to be placed using the default. And then finally I'm going to change my V space and put 50 so that it is now dropping down 50 pixels from the bottom of that second row. Okay, so let's look at what we have here. So I'm going to preview this and save it. And here is our page. Okay, so this is basically, and again, there's many different ways to create this page. And you may want to explore other ways to do it. There's never one way to create a website or a web page using HTML. So I would encourage you to watch this video as many times as you need to review the principles of how to image slice and to move from creating your optimized images using slicing to building the page using Dreamweaver. So good luck, and I will talk to you soon.